JimmyV.org, 1-800-4-JIMMY-V. And let there be no doubt that Maryland basketball's thoughts are very much with the Lederer family and with Zach. And it is present. And he is well loved by Maryland basketball. Well, on the floor, no matter what the end result is going to be, the final score is going to be, Florida State's going to get this win to go to 2-1 in ACC play, and it will be the Seminoles' 4th straight win over the Maryland Terrapins. Maryland, even despite the 2 blowout losses this week on the road, losing by 20 at Pitt, losing by 20 plus right now, Maryland is still 2-2 in ACC play with a schedule of home games heavy ahead. 3 of the next 4 are home games for Maryland. So the challenge for the Terrapins right now is to flush this week in the 2 blowout losses on the road, get back to College Park, and get some wins.
In order to survive or excel in the ACC, you have to have a short memory. I mean, after this game is over, they go back to Maryland, you watch tape, and you move on. You try to get better, and you get ready for Notre Dame when they come in on Wednesday night. Seth Allen is still working his way back. Wasn't able to have a great game today. His team is still evolving and growing.
Next Sunday night, we will be in South Bend for the Irish against the Virginia Tech Hokies. That is next Sunday night, Virginia Tech, Notre Dame.
I heard we should pack a couple of bubble jackets and some mitts, huh?
Yes.
A little cold up there in South Bend this time of year?
Yes, I think so. Make sure the ice scraper's in the rental car.
I know Allison loves that kind of weather.
The Michigan gal. Allison's used to it. She's been spending a whole lot more time in the Big Ten as well. Arizona State, UCLA coming up when we're done. Already underway at Pauley Pavilion. 16 made threes in the game for Florida State. A Seminole team who came in shooting 31% from beyond the arc. Most all-time versus an ACC opponent with 16 made threes tonight. Just tonight, they've raised their season three-point total from 31 to 36%. Florida State wins it over Maryland. Florida State's now 2-1 in the ACC. The Terrapins fall to 2-2. All Florida State tonight, 85-61. Next stop, Los Angeles, Arizona taking on UCLA. For Jay Williams, Allison Williams, Carter Blackburn from Tallahassee on to LA for Pac-12 Hoops. Arizona State, UCLA.
We welcome those of you who just saw Florida State handle Maryland. We're at Pauley Pavilion at UCLA for some Pac-12 hoops on this late Sunday night. And UCLA and Arizona State tied at 4 as Travis Ware is all 4 for UCLA. Jermaine Marshall has all 4 for the Sun Devils, along with former Arizona standout Corey Williams. Roxy Bernstein with you from Southern California. And the rebound, Kyle Anderson in UCLA. Bruins at 12-3, 1-1 in the Pac-12, losing to #1 Arizona here on Thursday night. Arizona State 13-3. They're 2-1 in conference action. That block shot, by the way, by Jordan Baczynski. He has tied former Arizona Wildcat Channing Frye for second on the Pac-12's all-time block shot list. 258 career blocks as Jonathan Gillen drains a 3.
Great unselfish play. McKissick on the penetration, a little hand back. Gillen can knock those down. Arizona State's going to need that tonight.
Jordan Adams drives the key. Here's that block by Jordan Machinsky.
It amazes me when a guy racks up hundreds of blocks, how guys still test him, knowing how it's going to end up. Machinsky's got excellent timing. He keeps his body away from the offensive player. There's a reason he's among the leaders in the country in block shots.
First one good by Jordan Adams, an 82% foul shooter. Not only is he among the leaders as far as individuals go, but teams as well. As Jordan Machinsky has 76 blocks this season, now 77. That's more than 284 teams in college basketball.
Unbelievable.
Adams hits both free throws. Anderson clears the rebound. Here comes Kyle Anderson for UCLA. Jordan Adams rattles out the three. And the rebound run down by David Ware. And Jordan Machinsky the rebound for the Sun Devils.
Arizona State having some problems early, just running down loose balls.
Jordan Machinsky with the left hand inside.
He's looking to continue the success he's had against UCLA. Had some of his best games against the Bruins. A lot of confidence going into this game this evening.
5 career 20-point games for Machinsky. 2 of those against UCLA. Sun Devils push it. Jermaine Marshall for 3. And that rattles in. And his second 3.
We've seen him fill it up. He can flat out score. He scores in bunches for Arizona State. A little bit early, got the lucky kiss to start things off. Why not keep pulling it?
UCLA just 2 of 10 from the floor. And a reach in, the second foul on Shaquille McKissick of Arizona State. A hot start for the Sun Devils. Jordan Machinsky, the big man, has ASU up 6.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
You need a website. Why not do it yourself? Create your stunning website today. Go to Wix.com. It's easy and free.
Meet the Dremel Multimax, the tool you've always wanted. It's feature-packed and powers through more projects than ever before, making it the perfect gift to repair, remodel, and restore faster. Learn more at Dremel.com.
Well, I went out to midcourt, knew the odds were against me. I didn't hit the shot once in practice, but I took my 2-step dance and let it fly. That's one of the things you grow up dreaming about as a kid. I was on SportsCenter.
The NFLPA Collegiate Bowl practices Wednesday and Thursday at 1 and 4 on ESPNU.
Pauley Pavilion in Westwood, where Arizona State out to a 12-6 lead on the UCLA Bruins. Along with former Arizona standout Corey Williams, Roxy Bernstein with you. And Corey, for UCLA, they're coming off a loss against #1 Arizona here Thursday night. They're trying to bounce back. And for Arizona State, they're trying to sweep LA for the first time since 1987.
Both teams wanting some good things to happen. Arizona State, it's so important. If you can get a sweep on the road, that's huge. And for UCLA, you definitely don't want to get swept in a homestand this early in the Pac-12 season. A lot on the line right now.
We'll take us to the one-on-one for this matchup. What are you looking for tonight?
Well, the one-on-one is pretty simple. Arizona State has to stay aggressive. They're going to see a lot of different looks, but when they do see that UCLA zone, they've got to attack it, dribble, break it down, create 2-on-1s, open shots, open looks. And for UCLA, they've got to create those turnovers in the open court. They do such a good job of picking your pockets, getting steals. Those transition buckets are the key for UCLA tonight. They're one of the best teams in the country when they're out running off those turnovers.
UCLA, a poor start from the floor, just 2 of 10. While Jermaine Marshall was 7 points already for Arizona State. A couple of threes for the senior, the transfer from Penn State. Ball comes in for UCLA. Couple of fouls, Shaquille McKissick on the bench. And subs, Brandon Kearney, a junior transfer from Michigan State, is in. And also for the Sun Devils, as a 3 from the corner is missed by David Ware. UCLA keeps it alive. Igor Kulichov is in, a freshman from Russia. Kyle Anderson gets on the scoreboard.
Nice face-up shot by Kyle Anderson. UCLA getting another second chance bucket after an offensive rebound.
Shahi Carson, the deep 2. And the rebound cleared by Anderson for UCLA. Bruins want an up-tempo. They want to force it and get the score in the 80s and 90s here tonight. Norman Powell missing. Carson breaks out for the Sun Devils. Carson attacks. Shot blocked by Kyle Anderson, run down by Baczynski. And a steal by David Ware.
2 poor decisions by Arizona State. Shahi Carson not used to a point guard with so much size.
Anderson is fouled going to the basket.
You see Arizona State in the open court. Shahi Carson normally against point guards, this is and one, but against Kyle Anderson, he's so long. Great timing, gets the block. Arizona State looking to run in spaces.
Couple of shots for Anderson. 75% for the line, the sophomore from New Jersey. Kyle Anderson hits the first foul on Jordan Baczynski of Arizona State. And here are the 3 subs. This is kind of a pattern that Steve Alford has developed, where he'll bring in Bryce Alford, Zach LaVine, and Tony Parker together as the Ware twins and Norman Powell check out.
And this is the lineup they use to go zone when they're going to try out that 2-3 zone, that matchup zone defense. They go small, and they usually get into it.
And here is a look at that zone for UCLA, although a strip and a steal. Bryce Alford. The coach's son is fouled in the open floor.
They surprise Arizona State. Stay man-to-man. Bryce digs it out. A little confusion initially, but UCLA does a great job. You always talk about ball side help. Don't just stand there. Bryce gets in the lane, gets a piece of the ball, and it's off to the races.
First foul on Brandon Kearney of Arizona State. Zach LaVine for 3. And UCLA has scored 7 in a row to take the lead.
I love that, Roxy. I love it when the second stringers come in, they get a steal, they get things going, they come out. You call their number, they knock down the first 3.
LaVine averages over 12 points a game. And a steal. Jordan Adams to the basket. Nifty play in the open floor and a 9-0 run for the Bruins and a steal. Kyle Anderson makes it 11 straight.
The second unit is bringing the heat. Herb Sendek has seen enough. He wants to talk about it. Great momentum builder there. UCLA comes in, they turn up the pressure with the second unit in the lane, getting steals, and then not even falling asleep on the inbounds. Here you see the penetration, kind of a sloppy pass in the passing lane. Jordan Adams says, I'll take that. The dipsy-do behind the back. And, you know, it's just being aware and anticipating, and there you see stepping in right on the inbound pass for the second steal. The Sun Devils are awake now. They've been sleepwalking.
And is sparked by the UCLA Bruins, created by their defense, fueling their offense, and Arizona State, who led by 6. But the Bruins on 11-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 17 seconds. And the steal by Jordan Adams there. 3.5 steals a game for Jordan Adams. But, Corey, that really doesn't even tell the whole story with him.
Not at all. I mean, he gets the deflections. He's all over the court. He can score mid-range. He attacks the basket relentlessly. Now you see a little 1-2-2 zone look by UCLA just to change things up.
And there's a kick by Bryce Alford. It stays with the Sun Devils. For example, against Arizona Thursday night, it's not necessarily just the steals, but Jordan Adams got his hand in passing lanes in the defensive end. He deflected 18 passes in the game. So it's completely disrupting what the offense is trying to do. Hand check against Zach LaVine, his first foul.
Yeah, you know, a lot of the top programs, they chart the deflection as a statistic in practice because coaches know how valuable that statistic is. You get a piece of the pass, 90% of the time, that ball's not going where it's supposed to, and you end up getting a steal. Guys that stay active with their hands up, moving their feet, those are the kind of defensive players coaches want.
Trying to snap the 11-0 Bruins run. Jonathan Gilling has his three blocked by Kyle Anderson. Pulled down by Adams.
Arizona State need to be a little more aggressive against that zone, passing around the outside, settling for jumpers.
Shot clock at 15. Tony Parker, the sophomore from Atlanta. LaVine for three. 14 straight points for UCLA.
You better check your scouting report on LaVine. He can stroke it, comes in the game ice cold, knocks down his first and his second. Arizona State got to recognize shooters.
Bruins by 8. Nice pass inside, and Baczynski is fouled off the feed from Brandon Kearney.
And they need more of that right there. Getting in the lane, making the nice pass. You got to attack the zone. Get into the paint. Let your 7-footer be 7 feet. Find him inside, attack the basket.
UCLA has scored 14 straight. They're up 8 on Arizona State.
Tomorrow, Texas, West Virginia, then Syracuse, BC. Tuesday, Georgia, Florida, then Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech. ESPNU, the home court of college hoops.
It gives you a tremendous sense of pride to own your own business.
We sell ourselves. We sell our name. We sell our image. We want that image to stick.
I'm always introducing myself. I'm always handing out cards.
Vistaprint allows business owners to more effectively and affordably promote their business.
The fact that we use Vistaprint to put our name out in the community in everything that we do just goes to show the level of confidence that we have in Vistaprint.
The easy-to-use tools and templates at Vistaprint.com make it simple to look professional and coordinate your marketing across everything from business cards to websites to postcards and more. See how easy today. Enter promo code TV250 and get 250 cards for just $10.
250 cards, you can leave a lot of impressions with that.
I have about 20 to 50 business cards on me at any time.
Enter promo code TV250 today and we'll cover the shipping for free.
I'm not sure there is much else you can do for $10 from a marketing standpoint.
Vistaprint.com.
Southern California. There's John Wooden's statue outside Pauley Pavilion. Redone just a couple of years ago, and a magnificent job that UCLA did in reconfiguring Pauley Pavilion. The Bruins, 14 straight points. They were down 12-6, but UCLA has run out 14 in a row.
Well, they've used their defense to trigger some offense. Just coming out with that second unit, they brought so much life onto the floor, knocking down threes, getting the ball, stealing the ball, passing it around. Got the crowd on their feet. And UCLA, 9 points off of turnovers. Arizona State just won.
Jordan Baczynski going to the line, the senior from Calgary, Alberta, who tonight already with 1 block shot has tied Channing Frye for second on the all-time block shot list in the history of this conference. Averages nearly 5 a game. And he hits both free throws to silence the UCLA run. But Baczynski now 258 career blocks, 20 behind the all-time leader in Pac-12 history, and Anthony Cook, former Arizona Wildcat himself, who played in Tucson right before you did.
A little bit before me, but definitely a Wildcat. You know, Anthony Cook and Jordan Paczynski now on top of the list of shot blockers. Talk about having an effect on a game, taking actual points down off the board. That's the effect of a shot blocker.
And a problem for Arizona State is Bryce Alford missing a 3 out of bounds to Arizona State. But that last foul was on Jahi Carson. He now has 2 fouls.
Very important. They're trying to post Carson. They're trying to put him in situations defensively. There you see a horrible pass into a trap.
Zach LaVine rattles out, and a foul going for the rebound.
Boy, UCLA is really bringing some intensity. Jahi Carson knows better. There's a bounce pass in between 2 defenders. Not a smart play. And UCLA takes it right back to the rim. Can't get it to fall, but looks like Kyle Anderson got pushed on the tip in.
Jermaine Marshall, the foul is first. That puts UCLA in the bonus. Anderson will shoot a 1-and-1. He'll get the bonus now. 3 of 3 at the line for the sophomore. Kyle Anderson, 8 double-doubles this year, 4 the last 5 games, and he has a triple-double to his credit this year. That was against Morehead State back in November, and just the 3rd in UCLA history. And the first one since Toby Bailey had a triple-double for the Bruins back in 1995.
Going back to my time with Toby Bailey.
That was the last national championship for UCLA. Carson for 3. And that's off the mark, and the rebound Anderson for the Bruins.
Jahi Carson does have to get it going for Arizona State. There's a lot of time in this game.
Adams, 3.
But as the threes and the points keep piling up, Arizona State's going to be looking for him to set the tone offensively.
19-2 run for UCLA. And a drought for the Sun Devils. They're down 11. And a foul against Jordan Adams, his first. 5 against the Bruins.
You know, Roxy, today, this morning at shoot-around, watching Arizona State prepare, you know, they focused on a lot of different things, and they just didn't seem as sharp as they normally were, and a lot of the players were kind of getting on each other about concentrating and making sure they paid attention to detail. They knew how important this game was, but just being sharp and being aggressive.
Jordan Paczynski misses inside. UCLA pushes. Tony Parker down the lane. Misses the dunk over Jordan Paczynski, and here come the Sun Devils. Arizona State coming off a win crosstown. They beat USC over at the Galen Center on Thursday night. 79-60 over the Trojans. It's going to be a big night on ESPNU Monday with a couple of great matchups. At 7 Eastern, Texas takes on West Virginia. Then at 9, number 2, Syracuse and Boston College. Big Monday presented by Verizon on ESPNU and also live on Watch ESPN. Carson to the line. Foul against Tony Parker, his first. 6 on UCLA. Carson, a 75% foul shooter. His first point tonight. Oh, 5 from the field for Carson. And 1 of 2 at the line now. Bryce Alford drives. Pass deflected. Shaquille McKissick for the Sun Devils in transition. Attacks. Fouled by Zach LaVine, his second.
That's what Arizona State needs to do. They need to create some deflections, some steals of their own, get back to the free throw line. There's plenty of time in the game. They're only down 10. But as you can see, chipping away at this lead means doing things right defensively. They've got to secure those defensive rebounds, too. They've given up 5 offensive rebounds in the first 10 minutes of the game.
McKissick, a 67% foul shooter, has been playing very well lately. But off to a little bit of a slow start this year. But the last 7 games, Shaquille McKissick putting up over 13 points a game and shooting at nearly 60% from the field.
And that's important to note, Roxy. Anytime you have a transfer who now finds his rhythm, He's played enough basketball. He's playing his best basketball in an important stretch, which is conference play.
And he misses the second. He's a senior, but only 1 year to play at Arizona State, Shaquille McKissick. A little bit of a zone look from the Sun Devils.
Zone look from ASU and UCLA trying to set some things up and create some open shots. We'll see if they do a high post screen.
Norman Powell down the lane.
Beautiful play.
UCLA has matched their largest lead. Jermaine Marshall inside. Tony Parker clears for the Bruins. Pass stolen. Here comes McKissick. One-on-one with Alford. Finger roll by Shaquille McKissick.
Shaquille McKissick shooting that passing lane, staying alert. That's the toughest spot on the floor defensively when you're weak side, to stay inactive and be able to see what's going on. McKissick helping Arizona State.
What a pretty pass by Anderson. Tony Parker is fouled.
How to beat that screen up top. You set that ball screen, guys got to rotate over. There you see Jordan Paczynski opting to sit out of this particular poster. Powell with the jam. Great penetration, great attacking of the zone.
You hashtagging that, SC Top 10?
Definitely. Anytime you take off one leg and there's a 7-footer in the vicinity.
Tony Parker gets the roll. Just a 56% foul shooter. Fouling Igor Kulichev of Arizona State, his first. That's now 8 against the Sun Devils. Kulichev the rebound for ASU. 10-point lead for UCLA. Carson has his pass deflected. Anderson for Levine leaking out. Another one.
We talk about deflections and rejections. There you see the deflection leading to the showtime. Here in Pauley, they've got it rocking.
Yeah, the windmill got working right there.
Man.
Largest lead for UCLA. And Levine has 8 off the bench. Shot clock at 8. Jermaine Marshall missing. Powell clears. The Bruins push. Levine in transition. 14-point lead for UCLA. Herb Sendek using his second timeout of the first half.
He's got to do something to settle his club down. They're turning the ball over. They're putting themselves in difficult situations. That last play was simply a missed shot where no one got back. That is unacceptable. UCLA getting things going first. They're taking it strong to the rack. And then they're turning it up on defense, getting steals. And it's like the NBA dunk contest right now. UCLA in open court. They're one of the best teams in the country when they get that ball movement and they don't have to play in a half-court setting. They are unbelievable.
Zach Levine, 10 points, 4 of 4 from the field. He's hit a couple of threes. And it's showtime here at Pauley Pavilion as the Bruins, who average over 86 points a game. They're 8th in the country in scoring. They have the second best field goal percentage collectively in college basketball, behind their Pac-12 rival Utah. 3rd in assists, 2nd in steals, and it's all clicking right now for Steve Alford's team. Where does Arizona State need to get some offense?
Well, they got to get the ball inside of Paczynski, either off of a penetration or some type of post-up situation. They've got to slow UCLA down and start to take body shots and make them pay in the paint with penetrations and inside play. They're already a little bit cold from the outside, so to continue shooting threes.
Deep three with the shot clock winding down, rattles out from Carson. 26-6 run for UCLA. Zach Levine is feeling it.
I believe he's earned the title Mr. Levine so far. He is on fire. The second unit for UCLA has pushed this game to a whole nother level.
The freshman from Seattle pushes the lead to 17 for the Bruins.
And you know, Roxy, as a player defensively, you get hungry for the ball. When you know you can run with it and shoot threes and dunks, it picks up your defense. Now you want another steal. Now you want another deflection. UCLA playing some good defense, collecting the rebounds.
Tony Parker clears. Igor Kulichov had a good look. (35-18) UCLA. They were down 12-6.
And I don't want to take anything away from this unit, but Arizona State has handed them some pretty decent turnovers to work with. They just got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Long rebound fuels the break for Jahi Carson, who finishes.
Finally something dropping for Jahi Carson. He's such a great penetrator, but tonight he's gotten the lane with those long arms and had a few passes knocked around and a few turnovers. He's got to pick it up.
UCLA started just 3 of 13 from the field. They've hit 9 of their last 13. Make it 10 out of 14. 3 more. Zach Levine has 16 points.
Might be time to start talking boxing one on Mr. Levine. Somebody's got to do something. He is on fire, hitting pull-ups. Just straight pickup street basketball.
He has not missed. Off the mark is Marshall. And then a foul going for the rebound. Kulichov picks up his second. But UCLA is rolling here at Pauley. The Bruins are up 18 on Arizona State. We'll check in on the Pac-12 and get you up to date. What's going on out west?
Let's do this carpet. Yeah, let's do durable. Let's do different. But mostly, let's do soft, like this. No, it's gotta feel like this. Let's touch this, touch that, save a ton, and then let's get on it. Let's see the big game. And let's do floor seats. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, get whole home basic carpet installation for just $37.
What is it? Is it what she wears? How he speaks? Is it her timing? This guy's idea of a good time? Or that one time he did that? Is it because she's a woman? Come on now. How about those moves, those looks, his style? Is it because they scare us, surprise us, make us uncomfortable? Like, really uncomfortable? Whatever it is, you know it when you see it. Here's to being one of a kind.
The Arizona Wildcats knock off Duke. Cats win it. Arizona goes to 11-0.
Booker gets it off. He got it! He had it! He had it!
Oregon with a steal. Dotson to break away. Oregon has won.
It's been a great start for the Pac-12 Conference. A full slate of games today. Big win for Stanford up in Eugene as Oregon has now lost 3 in a row after a 13-0 start. Number 1, Arizona crosstown in action right now, leading at USC. Washington State coming back to defeat Larry Krystkowiak's running Utes. And Washington with a win today in Seattle, knocking off number 15 Colorado. But the news out of that one, unfortunately, for the Buffaloes is an apparent injury to Spencer Dinwiddie, their All-American guard who left late in the first half, did not return. They don't know the severity of the injury to Spencer Dinwiddie, a Southern California product. They'll know more tomorrow. He'll get it checked out. But we wish the best for Spencer Dinwiddie, a terrific kid. And hopefully it's nothing serious for the Colorado guard.
Absolutely. Spencer Dinwiddie is one of the top players in the conference already. So important to what they do at Colorado. One of my candidates for probably Conference Player of the Year.
Bryce Alford shooting a 1-and-1 after the foul. 72% for the freshman. Last year's New Mexico Gatorade Player of the Year put up nearly 38 points a game. And then followed his dad here to Westwood and UCLA when Steve Alford left New Mexico to take the job here at UCLA. 39-20, the Bruins have their largest lead. And a foul attacking the basket. Brandon Kearney to the line.
Good strong move there by Kearney. Put the ball on the deck, attack them, create some things.
Second foul on Tony Parker, and Kearney, 6'5", junior from Detroit, became eligible on December 21st for Herb Sendek and the Sun Devils. After playing 13 games at the beginning of last season for Tom Izzo in Michigan State. Offensive rebound. Jonathan Gillen keeps it alive. Nice hustle. Kearney drives. Carson an open three. And the rebound. Falling out of bounds. Powell saves it for the Bruins. Here's Jordan Adams, the pull-up. And UCLA is in rhythm.
UCLA finding their rhythm offensively. When you're up 19, doesn't really matter what you shoot. You got a little bit of opportunity.
Kearney rattles into three. And his first triple as a Sun Devil.
Kearney trying to bring a little life into the Sun Devil lineup.
Herb Sendek looking for a spark anywhere he can get one right now.
Absolutely. Going to the bench, trying to find somebody to play some inspired basketball, much like the second string of UCLA has come in. When you're on the road like this, you're going to go to anybody, start grabbing bodies, getting them in there, trying to mix up the chemistry and change the momentum.
Kearney a little bit too aggressive, his second foul. That puts UCLA into the double bonus for the rest of the first half. Anderson 4-4 at the line. First one rattles off. 8 points, 8 rebounds already for Anderson. Anderson, who's fourth in the Pac-12 in rebounding, leads the conference in assists and fourth in steals. Kearney attacks. Shot blocked. Here comes UCLA. Travis Ware missing in the rebound, controlled by Jermaine Marshall. Arizona State counters. Sun Devils need to get Jahi Carson going. Here he is. Carson up and in.
Jahi Carson going to that floater. You see that a lot in his game this year where he'll do the penetration. Won't make the same mistakes he made as a freshman. Get up, get it off the glass, and get back on defense.
Here's Norman Powell. Count the basket at one. Eric Jacobson the foul. After a slow start, UCLA has caught fire. The Bruins up big on Arizona State.
We use this board to compare car insurance rates side by side, so you get the same coverage, often for less.
It's one smart board. What else does it do? Reverse gravity? Split atoms?
Hey, how's that atom splitting thing going? Oh!
A smarter way to shop around. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Let's do this carpet. Yeah, let's do durable. Let's do different. But mostly, let's do soft, like this. No, it's gotta feel like this. Let's touch this, touch that, save a ton, and then let's get on it. Let's see the big game. And let's do floor seats. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, get whole home basic carpet installation for just $37.
They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
But this March, what happens in Vegas is broadcast across the nation. Pac-12 basketball is returning to Bright Lights' big city. Dominant powerhouses, rising stars, unwavering rivals. 4 days, 11 nationally televised games. March 12th to 15th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. It's a no-holds-barred shootout in America's most exciting city. This is Pac-12 basketball.
ESPNU's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. 44-26, UCLA on a roll at Pauley Pavilion on this Sunday night. And that last foul of the basket for Norman Powell. But explain, Corey, why was this a foul here against Eric Jacobson?
Well, point of new emphasis this year with the officials. They felt like Jacobson leaned in with his body. Even though the hands were straight up, he used his lower body to create some contact. Therefore, they whistled the foul.
So the foul against Jacobson is first. And Powell at the line, a 78% foul shooter. Bruins are 10 of 12 at the line. For an and one free throw, the junior from San Diego. And 45 points now by UCLA. It ties the most allowed by an Arizona State team in any first half this season. And we still have just over 3 minutes to go until halftime. Marshall from the corner, three.
Great ball moving by Arizona State. You've got to create that 2-on-1. There, Jaheed Carson penetrates, picks up two guys. They move the ball, open shot.
Marshall has 10 to lead Arizona State. Out of bounds, it belongs to the Sun Devils. ESPN's Journey to the Tourney is a season-long spotlight on games that will impact the tournament. Monday, Big 12 foes clash in Kansas as they take on Iowa State. ESPN's Journey to the Tourney, presented by Sonic. Number 18, Kansas. Number 9, Iowa State, Monday at 9 on ESPN, also live on Watch ESPN. Cyclones suffered their first loss yesterday.
They certainly did, and they're also holding their breath as a key player for them was injured.
DeAndre Kane getting banged up in their loss in Norman against Oklahoma.
Now it's kind of ankle sprain. You don't know if he'll be back for that game, but you hope so because they're a special team.
Carson traveled. Arizona State turns it over.
You're really seeing the size and the length of UCLA start to wear on Arizona State. The hesitation, not being able to create shots. UCLA's done a good job of shutting down those passing lanes and being active.
Levine, the pull-up. And the rebound, Jordan Machinsky for Arizona State. Carson on the attack. Jay Carson looking for contact. And it's cleared by UCLA. Nice job by Bryce Alford defensively to back off. Machinsky clears, but ripped right away by Jordan Adams. And then Machinsky another rebound. Point UCLA lead. Jonathan Gilling finds the big man inside, and Machinsky drops it in. And a timeout for Steve Alford.
And that's been there all night for Arizona State. Get the ball inside. They need to do a lot more of that. Finding Machinsky at 7 feet. You're not going to hit him from the perimeter. You've got to get the ball to the high post and then let Machinsky do the step in. Right here, you see Arizona State passing around the perimeter. When Gillen gets it, he draws, and then you drop it off to the 7-foot, and there's not much else UCLA can do. They went away from that early in the beginning of the game.
If UCLA, Corey, is going to be in that zone, is the high post area the foul line where Arizona State should look to attack?
Absolutely. That's where you make your money. You flash somebody there that can either turn and knock it down or put it right on the wood, take it right to the rim. But you've got to attack the middle of that zone, and that will relieve some of that passing lane pressure. Right now, UCLA is way out beyond the three-point line with their hands doing all kinds of crazy stuff because they're not even concerned about the high post. They're concerned about getting deflections and creating turnovers. You've got to hit them where it hurts in the middle of that zone, make them suck in and respect you a little bit. Then you'll start to get some outside shots.
45-31, UCLA with the lead. Minute 10 now to go in the half. Driving, the runner by Norman Powell. And it's the most points the Sun Devils have allowed in the first half this season. Lob inside for Wyszynski. He's fouled underneath. And he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. It's the 9th team foul.
And that's a good possession for Arizona State because it just shows that they're paying some attention to getting the ball inside. Obviously, Herb Sendek stressed that during the timeout. But that's what they need to do to slow the game down, get the tempo back under control, cut out the easy baskets that UCLA's been able to get.
Second foul on Kyle Anderson. And a smart substitution for Herb Sendek here, Corey. He brings Carson out to the bench, not wanting him to pick up his third foul before halftime.
Very smart move. You know you're going to need Jahi Carson. I mean, it's a whole second half to be played. You know, 47 points for UCLA. That's impressive, but that's not enough to win a basketball game. They're going to have to come out and play a second half, and Arizona State can score in bunches, so they're going to have a lot of things to talk about, but there's still a lot of basketball left to be played.
Jordan Wyszynski now 4 of 4 at the line. 14-point lead, UCLA leading by as many as 20 here in the first half. Powell attacks. Has his shot swatted away by Wyszynski, picked up by Anderson. 15-second differential between the shot clock and the half clock. Powell for three. And Norman Powell gets into the act. Just his 4th made three-pointer of the season.
And that was a big shot for UCLA. Arizona State had a chance to cut it. It was at 14. They could have brought it down to 12 here on this possession, but it gets them some more breathing room back up to 17.
Brandon Kearney initiates. On the move for three. Too strong. Bryce out for the rebound. And the three-quarter court shot off the mark. But UCLA puts up 50 points in the first half here at Pollard. And Arizona State, who jumped out to an early 6-point lead. And the Bruins ballooned it to as large as 20. 17-point cushion for UCLA at the half. 50-33 Bruins. Coming up after the break, Sports Center U halftime report. A couple of upsets in the Pac-12 today.
This is the Dremel Sawmax. If you don't have one, you need one. Leave your big, clunky saw behind and experience simple, easy cutting in nearly any material. You'll never tackle another project without it. Ask for one this holiday.
You need a website. Why not do it yourself? Create your stunning website today. Go to Wix.com. It's easy and free.
Every soul who comes to Earth with a Lego to at birth must know it's not what is, it's what can be that measures worth.
Make it hard, just make it possible.
And through pain, I'll not complain.
My spirit is unconquerable.
I don't care what's probable. Through blood, sweat, and tears.
I am unstoppable.
From the creators of Eastbound and Down.
10 years, they took a lot away from me.
And Archer.
When you go away, everything changes.
Chosen.
Chosen for what? Nah, stupid, that's my name.
He's coming back. Hard.
I know fools will be playing it like a saxophone. Be like...
Chosen.
With a Ozen.
Series premiere Monday at 10:30. Only on FX.
The Yukon was 4,650 miles. I had nothing in my pocket, but a handful of hope.
Boy,
handful of men are gonna walk out of here rich.
This place kills.
Man always has a choice.
You either leave with the gold or with your soul.
You might just have a chance.
We are at halftime. Matt Chick along with Adrian Branch. Let's catch you up to speed on what took place earlier on Sunday in college basketball. Iowa in Big Ten action, number 20 in all the land, taking on number 3 Ohio State. They hadn't won in Columbus in 10 years. Aaron White with the lights behind him. Lights are at their brightest, and he was doing some great things. Drive in, lefty lay. Ohio State not going to be turned away, especially on the home floor.
Yeah, they're coming out, and they usually win 90% of their games in conference play. But Iowa came out with a resilience, and they withstood the pressure of Ohio State.
Up to Aaron White, who throws it down from Roy Devin Marble. We are tied at 33. Hawkeyes not going away, but here comes Lenzel Smith Jr. That's the slam. Buckeyes up 4, but so many guys who can hurt you for Iowa. They're a deep team, and all the 5 on the floor can hurt you.
Well, they play 11 guys. They had 5 players in double figures. Roy Devin Marble was right there assisting 19 points for White, who was like a homecoming for him, 2 hours away from home.
And White, well, the spin in super slow motion or hyper speed, whichever one. Putting it off the glass. Nice bank, 19-6. Iowa, again, gets that big validating win in Columbus. Elsewhere in the Big Ten, a surprise of the day. Here we go. Number 23, Illinois, taking on Northwestern. Northwestern under Chris Collins still looking for their first conference win, but Sanjay Lumpkin's head is smashed there under Joseph Bertrand. He'd lose a tooth. He would return. He's a tough guy. Jashawn Cobb faking, driving. Northwestern led at the half, and they go on to win. Big win for Collins and company.
Held them to 29 points under their average.
Number 12, Louisville taking on SMU. Rick Pitino and Larry Brown, their first meeting as collegiate head coaches. Russ Smith, not his first college game.
He was big for him. 7 assists, had some leadership for him, and scored the ball well against the bigger SMU team.
Had 15 points at the half. There you see him burying the 3, and then he'll still get up in you, new rules or not.
Well, this is what they do. They're at their best. They get 20 points a game, over 20 points a game on points off of turnovers.
Dishes that one back to Chris Jones, who puts that one in. Louisville up 12 at the half. SMU not going away. Marcus Kennedy in transition, just a 4-point game. This was pretty tight in the second half. Luke Hancock, most outstanding player, the Final Four a year ago, 23 points.
Career high for him. He's finally getting healthy. They needed those baskets.
Montrezl Harrell needed that one. They were up 6. They're up more. They win it by 7. Again, Russ Smith, 23 points and 7 assists. Earlier tonight here on ESPNU was an ACC showdown turned into a beatdown. Florida State taking on Maryland. Leonard Hamilton giving you the look. Devin Booker. There's a theme here with 3-pointers, AB.
They were knocking them down. Now, Florida State is known for their junkyard dog, 36% opponent defense, but it was the offense that was lights out for them in this game.
You saw Ian Miller. Ian Miller had 6 3-pointers. The team hit 14. Or 16, excuse me, the most by any ACC team this season. Coming up on Tuesday, 1 Eastern, Andy Katz with Katz Corner with Roy Williams. A lot to be discussed in that interview on and off the court with the Tar Heels this season. It was going so well for Colorado. Then they ran into Washington, and then one of their best players got injured. We'll have that for you next.
What is it? Is it what she wears? How he speaks? Is it her timing? This guy's idea of a good time? Or that one time he did that? Is it because she's a woman? Come on now. How about those moves, those looks, his style? Is it because they scare us, surprise us, make us uncomfortable? Like, really uncomfortable? Whatever it is, you know it when you see it. Here's to being one of a kind.
I'm a cheap bungee cord. This guy bought me at the gas station. I'm perfect for holding down the lid on a box of sweaters. But 800 pounds of tailgating gear? If you have cut rate insurance, the biggest hit of the day could be to your wallet. So get an Allstate agent and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
There is a place where pioneers go. A place inspired by the pursuit of knowledge and the athletic ideal. 12 universities, 111 Nobel laureates. More national titles than any other conference, by far. This is our blueprint for excellence. It's what makes us the Conference of Champions.
Tuesdays, Cat's Corner is on ESPNU as our resident hoops guru breaks down the biggest stories in college basketball and chats with some of the top analysts, players, and coaches in the country. Cat's Corner, Tuesdays at 1 on ESPNU.
Close out the college football season on ESPNU. Our experts break down these standout players as they showcase their skills.
He's improved, he's performed in practice, he's gotten better every day.
The NFLPA Collegiate Bowl practices, Wednesday and Thursday at 1 and 4 on ESPNU.
Pac-12 Networks owns the court. It's basketball West Coast style, and we live Pac-12 basketball with more action than anywhere else. 149 men's games, 101 women's games, a staggering 250 Pac-12 matchups. With studio shows, analysis, and interviews, we cover your team like nowhere else. More games, more access, more Pac-12 basketball. Pac-12 Networks. To find it in your area, go to pac-12.com.
At halftime, Matt Chick and Adrian Branch don't sleep on San Diego State, one of the fine teams in all of college basketball. Steve Fisher leading the way, 12 straight wins, looking to make it 13. They got wins over Creighton, over Kansas. Good team, AB.
Well, they play both ends of the floor. They like to turn you over, create mismatches, and score on drives and kicks.
Taking on Air Force, Xavier Thames, the lay-in, the Max Yawn caught napping. Josh Davis forces the turnover. San Diego State up 9. Matt Shrigley had 13 points all in the second half.
Breakaway baskets on the road. You got to get the wins where you can.
13 straight wins, their second longest win streak in school history. Oregon had a long win streak. They won 13 straight to open up the season. Lost back-to-back games, trying to prevent a third consecutive loss, taking on Stanford. A block there leads to this. Dominic Artis. 3. It's a 1-point game. Later, it's a 2-point game with less than 10 seconds to go. And here's Artis. When things are going bad, this happens.
This is their third loss since January 2nd, but they're giving up 92 points in their losses.
3 straight losses for Dana Altman's Ducks. Colorado kind of started that losing streak for Oregon, but boy, tough day for the Buffs. Taking on Washington in Seattle, Spencer Dinwiddie. Arguably their best player, and he just goes down in a heap, clutching his knee. MRI on Monday. Tad Boyle said did not look good.
Yeah, he's their leader, and when he went down, Washington outscored him 49-29, a 20-point differential.
C.J. Wilcox had 31 of the team's points, 7 three-pointers, 4 blocks as well. Washington with the 17-point win. Coming your way on Monday, it is a big Monday here on ESPNU. Big 12 matchup. Texas visits Morgantown. And number 2 Syracuse takes on Boston College in ACC play. That's at 9 Eastern. All coming your way here on ESPNU. More second half coming up.
Captain's Log, Day of Discovery. Today, our junior crew members declared their newfound independence. While the young cadets explored uncharted territory, the Admiral and I discovered the Fountain of Youth. Later, we were treated to a royal banquet, and after a brief skirmish with pirates, we celebrated with cannon fire. All in all, another fine day at sea.
Disney Cruise Line. When it comes to pleasing everyone, the difference is Disney.
So I'm working on a cistern intake valve, and the guy hands me a lockout wrench.
No way.
I'm like, what is this, a drain pipe slip knot?
Wherever your business takes you, you can save money with Progressive Commercial Auto. We work wherever you work. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
It's not always easy being the exception.
the square peg. They'll tell you you don't belong, that it's not your place, that it'll never fly. But here, you learn you have a choice.
I got my PhD in neuroscience.
You can listen to those voices.
Thanks very much.
Or you can leave them all speechless.
How can you make your favorite team your home team? With NHL Center Ice, you get a season ticket to your favorite team no matter where you live. Plus, you'll get up to 40 other great matchups every week from around the league.
Absolutely off the charts.
So bring home all the action of your team. NHL Center Ice. The game lives where you do. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS for the lowest price in over 5 years.
This season on Dad Academy.
I'm about to become a father. I'm excited, but also annoyed. You train me like this. I was crate trained. Can't run fast because my pants are so low.
This season on Publicity.
I'm pregnant. I'm keeping it this time.
This season on Gigolo House.
I'm a gigolo now. Welcome to Gigolo House. Lifelong dream coming to fruition.
Hello. Whenever you're ready.
That's a lot of responsibility, bro.
This season on Kroll Show. Tuesdays at 10:30 on Comedy Central.
Southern California on this Sunday night in UCLA. A dominant first half here against Arizona State. 17-point UCLA lead, and earlier here at Pauley Pavilion tonight, our colleague, good night for Sean Farnham. He is the honorary captain for UCLA here tonight as they brought it back, and nice ovation for our buddy who's here. What a night for Sean Farnham.
Hey, they stepped it up for Sean. Obviously, honorary captain. They had to bring it tonight, and that's what they've been doing so far.
And the team responded for Sean Farnham here tonight. UCLA with 50 points, the most allowed by Arizona State in the first half this season. They got off to a little bit of a slow start, Corey, but then they got rolling offensively. And off the bench, Zach Levine really gave UCLA a spark.
Gave them a huge spark. UCLA got rolling basically because they turned up the defensive pressure. They got some tip plays. They got some loose balls. They ran them down. They mastered the 5-second offense. They get the rebound. They move it up 1 or 2 passes, and they're taking good open looks. Poor transition D by Arizona State, but nothing hurts worse than live ball turnovers. When your guards turn it over, there's nobody to get back, and Mr. Levine knows what to do with it. Put on an absolute seminar off the bench, torched Arizona State with all kinds of jump shots, pull-up threes, and that got the rest of the team going. As you see Powell get in the mix there, knocking down some outside shots. That type of energy is the reason UCLA's up 17.
13 points off turnovers for UCLA, and the Bruins go 5 of 9 beyond the arc, holding Arizona State to 37% shooting. And UCLA at one point went on a 35-9 run as they trailed by 6 early. It was 12-6 Arizona State, and the Bruins led by as many as 20 in the first half.
You know, I'll tell you something Steve Alford may not admit, but it's so nice for a coach to have a second string that you can put in and the team actually gets better. That's a huge relief to know that, hey, in different situations throughout the rest of the season, I can go to you guys and have some different looks. And they stepped up big so far.
I think it might have been the pep talk given by Sean Farnham before the game.
Hey, Farnham's got the power of the mic. If they don't play well, he's back on the air in a few days. He'll let them have it.
They couldn't let Sean Farnham down on Sean Farnham night here at Pauley Pavilion. The honorary captain for UCLA. Of course, Sean part of some great teams here.
Absolutely, and that's a beautiful thing about UCLA. They got so much history, so much legacy. It just goes on, and guys respect that.
Former UCLA captain, our colleague Sean Farnham, the honorary captain for the Bruins tonight, who are 12-3. Trying to bounce back after losing to #1 Arizona here on Thursday. And Jordan Mashinsky for Arizona State gets them started in the right direction.
What do you think Herb Sendek talked about at halftime? Coming out.
He listened to you.
Getting the ball in the lane, penetrating, getting some up-close baskets.
J.E. Carson. Just 2 of 10 from the field. And no assists for Carson and 3 turnovers tonight. Jonathan Gilling for 3.
Nice 1-2 punch by Arizona State. The big fella for the dunk, and then Gilling from the outside, making UCLA have to answer some questions. What are you going to give us?
5 straight for ASU to start the second half. Norman Powell missing. And Shaquille McKissick clears in the Sun Devils On the attack with McKissick. Deflected out. And it's, initially they said UCLA ball. It'll stay with the Sun Devils.
Here's how you start the second half. You rotate, let the big fella roll. There's nobody home for UCLA that's going to compete with Jordan Paczynski from 3 feet away. Get it inside. Let Paczynski do what he does.
Here he is, Paczynski, guarded by Kyle Anderson. Carson, a deep three. Tipped out to Shaquille McKissick. He drives. McKissick to the basket. Charge. Offensive foul.
I don't know about that one. The officials give him the charge, but looks like McKissick got his hip past him. Would have been a great no call. Here you see the good first step to close out. McKissick doesn't necessarily go into his chest, kind of goes sideways, but sold it to the officials.
Herb Sendek didn't agree with the call. Third foul on Shaquille McKissick. Bruins 0 of 3 from the field to start the second half, and Jordan Adams is fouled. He'll shoot 2. If that's McKissick, that's 4. And it is. McKissick, 4 fouls and still 18-21 remaining, and that hurts Arizona State.
It hurts Arizona State because he's a capable defender, but now you're not going to have his services. But on the road down 12, you're looking for some life. You're looking for some aggressiveness. You want guys to come out and try to make something happen. So you'll live with the fouls if guys are being more active defensively.
Jordan Adams with 10 points. Brandon Kearney in for McKissick. Adams, 4 of 4 at the line now. Carson drives, missing the floater, cleared by Kyle Anderson in UCLA. David Ware for 3.
That's a big shot. Most teams don't have a 4-man that can trail the play and knock down the 3, but David Ware certainly can do that for the Bruins.
First points for Ware. Shot clock at 12. And Jahi Carson throws it away. And Herb Sendek screaming for a foul, thinking there should have been a block against the Bruins.
Jahi Carson, one of the most electrifying players in the conference, so quick, but then getting there on the baseline with nowhere to go, no line of sight to make a good pass. Felt he got bumped.
And a foul called. That's 3 on Carson.
Carson having a really rough night tonight. UCLA going right at him, looking to post him up, rub him off screens, make him defend, and that's what you do against a great point guard. You don't sit back and let him just dictate and score points. You make him play defense.
So after Arizona State closed within 12, UCLA has lengthened it out to 17. And a hand check call. Brandon Kearney called for his 3rd. Foul trouble for the Sun Devils. McKissick with 4. Now Kearney and Carson 3 fouls each. And we still have over 17 minutes to play here at Pauley Pavilion.
Yeah, these fouls are going to start to take its toll on Arizona State. They're going to have to do some creative things with their lineup. Coming out strong, scoring that opening 5 points. Looked like a totally different Sun Devil team, but now UCLA up to its old tricks.
And a call that went against Arizona State, Corey, if that, the charge they called against Sun Devils is a block, you're looking at a 10-point game and maybe a completely different feel for this one.
Yeah, and that's what you're talking about when you say you're looking at a different feel. That's exactly what Arizona State has right now, a momentum situation. They don't feel the game is coming to them the way it normally does. They've got to get a couple of plays so they can start to feel comfortable. UCLA, total comfort zone based off that huge run they made in the first half.
Steve Alford's team looking to bounce back. Lost a tight one in a game that they had an opportunity to win against number 1 here. Arizona was at Pauley here on Thursday night. A walk called Anderson with the turnover. The game that went down to the wire as UCLA rallied late. They trailed by as many as 13 with about 6 minutes to go in the game. But Arizona's 79-75 win as the Wildcats shot 54% here Thursday night. A foul against UCLA. Second on Jordan Adams.
And UCLA is not the best team in the one-on-one defensive setting. They've got some guys that can defend, but for the most part, they're a slower team. You see a lot of that when they play their zone. One-on-one, they've got a few players that can defend, but certainly susceptible to the drive.
Jonathan Gillick short on a 3. Travis Ware the rebound for the Bruins. Shot missed by Travis Ware. Offensive rebound. Adams missing a putback. Cleared by Baczynski. Carson pushes for the Sun Devils. Off balance. Count it. And 1 for Jermaine Marshall.
Could be the spark Arizona needs. Marshall on the transition, trying to get some things going for Arizona State. The spin move and the foul. We'll see if the Sun Devils can build.
The NFLPA Collegiate Bowl practices Wednesday and Thursday at 1 and 4 on ESPNU.
So what's better, bigger or smaller?
Bigger!
Now let's say a friend invites you over and they have a really big, really fun pool. And then another friend invites you over who has a much smaller, less fun pool. Which pool would you rather go to?
Does the big pool have piranhas?
I believe so.
Does it have a dinosaur that can turn into a robot and chop the water like a karate ninja?
Yeah. Why would it not?
It's not complicated. Bigger is better, and AT&T now covers more than 99% of all Americans. We're gonna be late.
Oh, are we early?
Commute your way with the bold, all-new Nissan Rogue.
This is the Dremel SawMax. If you don't have one, you need one. Leave your big, clunky saw behind and experience simple, easy cutting in nearly any material. You'll never tackle another project without it. Ask for one this holiday.
Well, I went out to midcourt, knew the odds were against me. I didn't hit the shot once in practice, but I took my two-step dance and let it fly. That's one of the things you grow up dreaming about as a kid. I was on SportsCenter.
UCLA 55, Arizona State 40, 15:45 remaining, and there's a little camera right there on top of the hat, trying to film all the action here at Pauley Pavilion, and wonder if that camera was in action here Thursday night with the #1 team in town in a sold-out Pauley Pavilion.
Arizona playing some inspired basketball down the stretch, pulling away from UCLA. UCLA had a good showing. Like you said, Roxy fought back to get in the game, but just too much Arizona down the stretch. I'm sure that game was recorded, but promptly deleted as the Wildcats topped UCLA 79-75.
Nick Johnson leading Arizona to the win, and now Arizona with a win tonight over at USC. 17-0 for the first time in school history, as Jermaine Marshall misses the free throw. But Arizona off to a 4-0 conference start, and they'll play Arizona State Thursday night in Tucson. So a chance for the Sun Devils to try to knock off #1 on the road.
Well, it's important for Arizona State to try to fight back and get into this game a little bit, make this game a little tighter, because you're right, going down to Tucson on Thursday night, that is going to be, that's the state rivalry, and it's the #1 team in the country. You can't afford to make a lot of the same mistakes a few days from now.
Travis Ware the last bucket. Marshall for three. And the rebound slapped out by UCLA. It belongs to ASU. Bruins led by as many as 20 in the first half. And a foul inside on the pass. It's the first on David Ware. That's what's upcoming for Arizona State. It'll be Arizona coming up Thursday at McHale Center. The homestand against the two Rocky Mountain schools, Utah and Colorado, go to Tempe. Then a trip up to the Bay Area.
And both those clubs in the Bay Area, both Cal and Stanford, have proven that they are definitely better than advertised.
Carson way off the mark on a three, and UCLA controls. Boy, a big win for Johnny Dawkins in Stanford today, Corey, as they hand Oregon their third consecutive loss. Kyle Anderson is fouled.
The Oregon Ucks, because there's no D. There's no D.
Oh, boy.
They gave up 100 to Colorado. They gave up. Cal went up there and put up a bunch of points on them. They've got a great, talented team, but until they lock down and guard somebody, it's going to be rough this year for the Ducks.
4 fouls now on Carson. 14:37 remaining. Anderson shooting a pair. So Jahi Carson has 4. Shaquille McKissick with 4. Arizona State in some real foul difficulty right now.
You really get a sense of how deep they actually are. Anytime you're in a conference game and you leave a player like Jahi Carson out there with 4 fouls, it's because you have to. And, you know, Arizona State's got to find some solutions, get some productivity from some other guys. But having him on the bench with this much time left.
Well, Shaq McKissick is in with his 4 fouls now as Herb Sendek has to roll the dice. He's got to find something, a spark to get back into the game. And a foul on the post. Both Ware twins were there. And a foul against Travis, his second. Super Tuesday on ESPNU features a couple of great matchups. At 7, Georgia takes on number 10 Florida. Then at 9, Pitt and Georgia Tech. Super Tuesday on ESPN, also live on Watch ESPN. Ware twins check out. David on the left, Travis on the right. Tony Parker is in along with Zach Levine and Bryce Alford for UCLA. Jermaine Marshall, a good look. Knocks down the 3.
Very good ball movement by Arizona State, swinging it around the horn, creating the mismatch, creating the rotation.
And a block against Bashinsky, his second.
UCLA loves to get on the attack before you really have a chance to set your defense. And that's a sign of a well-coached team, to push the ball. A lot of teams hang their head after they get scored on. Not this UCLA team. They inbound it and get right down the floor.
6th Sun Devil team foul. Adams having trouble. Gets it into Levine. Levine with 15 points. 4 threes tonight for the freshman from Seattle. Anderson drives. Bryce Alford hits a 3.
Well, he put in a demolition crew. This is that lineup that cracked this game wide open, and the shooting continues. Nice 3 in the corner.
UCLA in the first half fueled by a 35-9 run. Igor Kulichov, the pull-up. And Jordan Adams controls for UCLA. Anderson with a double-double, 9th of the season, 17th of his career, and 1, Kyle Anderson.
Kyle Anderson with just such a smooth move. You know, he penetrates and hangs in the air and gets fouled on the way down. But you love to see that, the way he just takes it to the basket, nice little Euro step, drags through. Not a whole lot you can do about that. When you're 6'9" at the point, you're going to see a lot of that.
He's got a shot at triple-double tonight. And one, now 12 points for Anderson. 11 rebounds, 7 assists. And he hits the free throw, and Anderson now 7 of 9 at the line. 21-point lead, the largest for UCLA tonight. And a foul inside as Marshall looks to attack. Wave off the shot. And David Hall with the call against Anderson. And that's 3.
We got to look at what happens when you penetrate. Usually Arizona State picks up a foul or they create an open shot. They've just got to do a lot more of that. And it's just one of those situations where you allow a team to get on a run and put 15, 20 points between you. It's hard to chip away at that.
Jermaine Marshall now with 17.
All the way to the rim.
And then Herb Sendek just picked up a tee behind the play from Rick Randall. And Herb's not careful, he might be tossed out of this game.
Herb feeling that the whistle's kind of one-sided here in this game, and some of his guys are getting fouled, and some of the whistles aren't being called, some of the fouls aren't being called. And clearly, the official didn't agree with his opinion.
Herb Sendek pleading his case, feeling that Marshall was fouled on his way to the basket. And Jordan Adams hits both free throws on the technical given to Herb Sendek.
Some ball movement, nice pump fake and some penetration. Don't see a whole lot, hands straight up.
Frustrating night for Herb Sendek in Arizona State. The lob for Levine. Offensive foul, legal screen, that's 4 on Kyle Anderson.
They had the lob play set to bring the house down. Kyle Anderson knew that he had to get a piece of the defender. Over at the last second, he leaned over and picked up the foul. But Levine was set up for another windmill lob. But it's not going to happen. Maybe some of that Herb Sendek magic, the officials blowing the whistle Herb's way.
Jordan Baczynski fouled inside, the 3rd on Travis Ware.
Not to beat a dead horse, but that's been there all night, Roxy. Jordan Baczynski's posted up strong. They've just not lobbed it inside. When they do, you've got somebody at 6'8", 6'9", trying to come over and help against a 7-footer. Something good's going to happen for you every time. I'm sure they'll watch film on this for when they've got the Bruins back in Tempe, and hopefully they'll go inside.
Herb Sendek still pleading his case now at David Hall. Kept alive. Shaquille McKissick has his shot blocked. McKissick playing with 4 fouls. Carson on the bench for the Sun Devils with 4. Levine drives and floats it up and in over the 7'2" Baczynski.
Levine has quite simply been the difference this evening. The points that he scored are the difference in this game. He's come in this game and been hot. Just a great move.
And Brandon Kearney with his 2nd 3 of the game.
Kearney quietly having a very good game for the Sun Devils.
Offensive foul, legal screen. 2nd one called on the Bruins in the last few minutes. This one on Tony Parker is 3rd.
And it's more of the Levine seminar as you see the floater over the best shot blocker in the country.
What is it? Is it what she wears? How he speaks? Is it her timing? This guy's idea of a good time? Or that one time he did that? Is it because she's a woman? Come on now. How about those moves, those looks, his style? Is it because they scare us, surprise us, make us uncomfortable? Like, really uncomfortable? Whatever it is, you know it when you see it. Here's the beam, one of a kind.
Let's do this carpet. Yeah, let's do durable. Let's do different. But mostly, let's do soft, like this. No, it's gotta feel like this. Let's touch this, touch that, save a ton, and then let's get on it. Let's see the big game. And let's do floor seats. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, get whole home basic carpet installation for just $37.
Tired of dealing with breakouts? There's a better, faster, easier solution. Now you can get everything you need all in one simple step. From the makers of Proactive comes X-Out.
Everyone was like, what are you using? Your skin looks amazing.
You just wash and rinse. X-Out does the rest. Because even after you rinse, advanced medicine stays behind to fight acne all day. And it feels icy cool on your skin.
It's quick, it's simple, and it gets the job done real fast.
Go to xout.com for more proof, your free gift, and free shipping. X-Out Pimples, fast and simple.
Cyclone Alley, Cameron Crazies, Rowdy Reptiles, Crimson Guard, the Barnyard. Every home court has a tradition. My Home Court begins Monday at 7 on ESPN.
I'm excited to see all the history coming up this week on ESPN, all the great home courts, all the venues in college basketball, with a great slate this week. All across the board on ESPN. Ryan Hollins, the former Bruin. Current Clipper, is here, sitting behind the UCLA bench, checking out the alma mater tonight.
Absolutely. Why didn't they run like that when I was here? They want to go back and get a jersey and maybe get a taste of some of this.
There, of course, our colleague, former UCLA captain, Sean Farnham, in attendance, the honorary captain tonight. He may get that honor again with this performance by the Bruins.
I don't think it's a coincidence that UCLA is playing some inspired ball.
Mashinsky inside, fouled by Parker. 4 on Tony Parker.
For the most part, Jordan Pachinski's been on the block. He's a foul or a good assist. Something positive happening for Arizona State, searching him out.
Four of 6 to the line for Jordan Bashinsky. 5 career 20-point games, 2 of those against UCLA. And tonight, Bashinsky has moved into sole possession of second place on the all-time block shot list in the history of the Pac-12 Conference. Moving past Channing Frye tonight, and has his sights set on the top spot in Anthony Cook. And a collision after the made free throw as Parker and Gilling ran into one another. And if they happen to call a foul here, a double foul, Parker will be done for the night with his 5th personal foul. Well, and they're going to check the monitor here.
They're going to go to the monitors. They may see Parker right there. And Gilling kind of lock up after the free throw. It looks like Parker delivers a shot to the face. And there it is. And it may be adios, Mr. Parker.
Even if it's a common foul, that's his 5th. He is fouled out. Now the question is, it appears that was excessive. Is it going to be a flagrant 1? Could it be a flagrant 2 against Tony Parker? It appeared that there was an elbow thrown in the direction of Jonathan Gillen.
The referees didn't take long. Take another look at it. It's simply Parker trying to turn around and get up court. If they bump in the chest, that's fine. But when you raise that elbow up above the shoulders to the face, that's unacceptable. That was not a natural basketball movement.
And the officials are standing near midcourt. David Hall working with Rick Randall and Michael Eggers here at Pauley Pavilion tonight for this Pac-12 tilt.
You know,
they're taking a while. They did look at the monitor to get a better look at it.
Yeah, you want to go to the monitors and see exactly what happened, but
and now they're summoning both coaches. Flagrant 1 foul has been called on Tony Parker. It is a flagrant 1 against the UCLA big man. So a flagrant 1 is for excessive and or unnecessary action and not a legitimate play on the ball, which describes what Parker just did. The results, Arizona State 2 shots and the ball. So 2 shots for Arizona State and the ball on a flagrant 1 assessed to Parker. So here is Jonathan Gilling to shoot the flagrant free throws and miss the first. Gilling just a 53% foul shooter, and he was recipient of the elbow from Parker.
It's unbelievable that he shoots in the 50%, but he's such a good three-point shooter.
He's a 42% three-point shooter. He should back up to the arc.
That'd be a good strategy.
Well, it's a UCLA ball, not, stand corrected, a UCLA ball after the flagrant 1. 17-point UCLA lead. And 4 fouls on Parker. Levine, deep 2. Here comes Arizona State. At what point, if you're Herb Sendek, do you look to bring Carson back into the game?
Well, you definitely want to see your second unit cut into this lead and put Jahi in a situation where he can be an impact player. You know, Herb Sendek is a never-say-die coach like most coaches out there. Constantly looking at the scoreboard, looking at the lineup. You get this in the 10, 11, 12-point range. That's certainly reason, and there's plenty of time left. UCLA's got to continue to score. They can't just relax. Arizona State needing to make the most of each possession.
Powell drops it off. Parker has a shot blocked by Wyszynski. Parker gets it back and puts it in. And 1 for Tony Parker.
Way to stay with it for Parker. At first you don't succeed. Get the ball to the rim, and that's what you do. The nice penetration. Jordan Wyszynski makes a great effort, goes 2 times on the ball. 3rd time he's slightly out of position, gets the foul.
What's the mentality, Corey, that you need to take against a devastating shot blocker like Wyszynski? Because you know you're going to get your shot blocked.
You're going to get your shot blocked, but what you have to do is, like UCLA did early on, hit the outside jumper. He's 7 feet tall. Will he come out and guard a perimeter high post shooter like David Ware or Travis Ware? The second thing you have to do is when you go up, you got to get a piece of him somehow. Get the referees to whistle fouls. If you try to outstretch him to the basket, he's going to block that. So you've got to try to get your body into him.
Alford with 7. 9:25 to play. Gilling for 3. See, he just needs to back up.
Like a free throw. Like a free throw.
Better than a free throw for him.
Nice inside out. You get it to the 7-footer. He kicks it out for the 3.
Foul against Arizona State. Second on Jermaine Marshall.
You know, Roxy, we talk to a lot of coaches the night after a game, and we ask them, you know, hey, what happened? How did it go? And they'll all say a lot of the same things. You play a 4 or 5 minute stretch of bad basketball in the Pac-12 conference, and the game can turn on a dime. And I get the feeling, for the most part, other than that stretch, obviously Arizona State's played pretty well. It's just UCLA was able to turn on the Jets and get some distance from them, and now they're trying to fight their way back into the game.
1 more for Norman Powell, junior from Lincoln High School in San Diego. Actually, Steve Alford tried to recruit him to go to New Mexico, and now ends up coaching him here at UCLA.
It goes to show you it's a small basketball world.
Wyszynski is fouled. That's Levine, his 3rd. Actually, not Levine. And that's Tony Parker called for the foul, and he is fouled out with 8:58 remaining. The sophomore from Atlanta is done for the night. And David Ware coming back for him as Parker is fouled out. Wyszynski 6 of 8 at the line. One more coming. 15-point lead. If you're Arizona State, do you need to forget about the scoreboard in some way, Corey, and worry about this game in little increments and segments and try to chip away and get back that way?
Absolutely. You just battle each possession. You try to get a stop. You try to do something positive. You try to get a bucket. You can't keep looking up at the scoreboard.
And that's 4 on Brandon Kearney now. Kearney 4, Carson 4, McKissick 4 is David Grace there, the UCLA assistant, who was actually at Oregon State in a tie-in, speaking of the basketball life being a small world, that he initially helped get Jahi Carson to commit to go to Oregon State.
Had the oral verbal commitment to Oregon State, and today's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday indeed. That he wishes that he was able to get Jahi Carson wherever he ended up, because that is a talented young man.
And then Carson eventually backed off his commitment to go to Oregon State and to Craig Robinson to stay closer to home. He didn't want to leave the Phoenix area. He's from Mesa, elected to stay at home, and he signed with Arizona State. Brandon Kearney losing the ball out of bounds. A turnover forced by Bryce Alford.
Bryce Alford, the coach's son, so aggressive on the ball, making things happen, being an irritant.
Levine called for a carry and a turnover.
Levine looking a little shocked. He's been out there playing pickup ball all night. He's like, what are you doing? What do you mean that's a carry? Have you been watching the show? I'm in a zone right now.
Arizona State still kind of hanging in there. It's a 15-point game. Could use a little spark here. Trying to chip it down to 10 and maybe even to single digits. Jordan Machinsky missing. And the rebound, UCLA. Here comes Powell. Levine, step back. Too strong, but kept alive. David Ware called for a foul. Second on David Ware. UCLA, the Bruins, looking to go to 13-3. Then everybody's going to pour down to Westwood.
Tomorrow on ESPNU, the dynamic CJ Fair.
Meet me at the rim.
Leads the #2 team in the nation, Syracuse, in ACC action against BC. Syracuse versus Boston College, tomorrow at 9 on ESPNU.
Close out the college football season on ESPNU. Our experts break down these standout players as they showcase their skills.
He's improved, he's performed in practice, he's gotten better every day.
The NFLPA Collegiate Bowl practices, Wednesday and Thursday at 1 and 4 on ESPNU.
Lana, you and I, more me, we're two of the best secret agents in the world. We've been up against terrorists, assassins, the KGB, North Korea. She's in command. Cyborgs. Can somebody shoot him? Help me out.
Space pirates? Do something.
I can't because I left my lightsaber in my other space pants. Ow! Oh my God! I forgot about the space pirates.
Archer, all new season, Monday at 10, only on FX.
Mine was earned orbiting the moon in 1971.
Afghanistan in 2009. On the USS Saratoga in 1982.
Once it's earned, USAA Auto Insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve current and former military members and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
It's going to be a big night on ESPNU Monday with a couple of great matchups. At 7, Texas takes on West Virginia. Then at 9, it's #2 Syracuse against Boston College. Big Monday presented by Verizon on ESPNU and also live on Watch ESPN. All right, Corey, we have 4 remaining unbeatens. Arizona, Syracuse, Wisconsin, Wichita State. The Shockers got a scare over the weekend, but who's going to be the last team standing, the last unbeaten?
Well, I got to go with the Shockers. Everybody else is in conference play, and in conference play, there are a lot more capable teams in the PAC, the ACC, and the Big Ten. than what Wichita State's going to see. If I had to place my bet, I would say the Shockers will be the last man standing in terms of undefeated.
I'm shocked you said that.
Well, I like that. That was
If
good.
you're the UCLA honorary captain, like our colleague Sean Farnham is tonight, that's his view of Jermaine Marshall at the line.
Get those good seats when you're an alumni, I guess.
They treat you like that in Tucson?
No, sir. They treat Miles that way. Miles gets great seats.
Well, he was the most outstanding player of the Final Four.
Yeah, he brought home the title. When I go to the games, I go with Miles. That way I can get in.
Colleague Miles Simon has a good one coming up in Manhattan, Kansas Tuesday.
It's going to be a great game.
Marshall for three.
Marshall getting a little spot. Pick the pocket out front and then drills the three.
He has 23. The Sun Devils within 11. And Sparky's come to play.
And Jahi Carson has returned to the floor
with his 4 fouls.
If you're UCLA, you want to remain disciplined but stay aggressive. Be interesting to see who they lean on for some scoring down the stretch.
9-1 Arizona State run. Levine has it poked away, out of bounds. UCLA ball underneath with 6 on the shot clock.
Marshall out front with the poke. Excuse me, I'll take those cookies. And then he comes down and says, you know what? Take it myself. Like that instant offense. Doing it on both ends.
Powell off the inbound underneath. Can't get the roll. Gilling the rebound. The Sun Devils can get to single digits. McKissick the lay-in. 9-point game.
And this is why you play the game. Arizona State hanging around, making the right things happen. Steve Alford's seen enough.
Timeout UCLA. 11-1 run for Arizona State. The Sun Devils are within 9.
Arizona State playing some inspired basketball. They're not out of this yet. Jahi Carson on the long distance connection. Sun Devils within 9.
Let's do this carpet. Yeah, let's do durable. Let's do different. But mostly, let's do soft, like this. No, it's gotta feel like this. Let's touch this, touch that, save a ton, and then let's get on it. Let's see the big game. And let's do floor seats. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, get whole home basic carpet installation for just $37.
What is focus? It's a wondrous sensation of clarity and alertness. It's owning your opponent. It's knowing beyond a doubt you've got this. It's keeping your head down, your eye on the ball, and knocking it out of the park. It's getting in the zone. It's keeping on your toes, on target, on top. Focus is staring the world in the face and saying, bring it. Focus is power. Focus is life. And 5-hour energy is focus.
Arizona State just dodged a very huge bullet on the inbounds pass. As you'll see, Marshall has to curl and follow his man, which puts him out of defensive position. When UCLA runs this curl, he ends up behind him defensively and therefore gives up the interior post position. As you see, a simple bounce pass, and that's 2 points, but he misses the shot, and the Sun Devils are able to convert. When you talk about dodging a bullet, that was a well-executed inbounds play by the Bruins, and they just missed a chippy.
UCLA shot the ball well in the first half, as the Bruins 47% from the field, but just 7 of 17 here in the second half. Much better defensively, Arizona State. Herb Sendek's team has made a push to get back into this game using an 11-1 run. And with 6:17 remaining, they're within 9.
Arizona State's been grinding it out. 2 points here, 3 points there, a couple of free throws here and there, and they've got themselves back in position to get this game even closer.
McKissick and Carson playing with 4 fouls as Adams misses. Here's Carson. Jahi drives, dishes inside. Wyszynski can't handle the pass. Anderson looks to go coast to coast, and he does.
Huge.
Huge swing right there.
Oh, so huge. Jahi Carson had a point-blank drop to Jordan Wyszynski for 2 points. comes back and answers.
Floater by Carson. He has 7. 9-point game again. Bryce Alford gets it.
Right now, Arizona State not in a position of trading baskets. They need to come up with stops on the defensive end. Missed opportunity on the last possession. 2 big baskets by the Bruins.
Carson, the kick for Gilling. Too strong on a 3. Anderson another rebound. 13 rebounds for Kyle Anderson tonight. UCLA trying to put the finishing touches on this one. Arizona State had it within 9.
And you see Steve Alford up off the bench calling the plays down the stretch.
And a foul on Jonathan Gilling, his first, sending Bryce Alford to the line to shoot 2.
Bryce Alford with the penetration got bailed out. Don't really know that there was much contact there, but the officials at this point in the game calling every bump.
2 shots. Alford 2 of 4 at the line tonight. Double figures in 3 of the last 4 games for the freshman. Misses the first. And Steve Alford, the head coach here at UCLA, both of his sons on this team. Bryce Alford and Corey Alford, who began his career playing for Steve at New Mexico, transferred here in the offseason to hook back up with his dad at UCLA. And Alford now with 10 in the double-digit game. Lob inside for Baczynski, the kick, open 3. Jonathan Gilling rims off, and the rebound, Zach Levine, UCLA.
Jonathan Gilling's had 2 great looks, unable to knock him down. Both looks would have got this game a little tight. There you see the carry call again.
That's twice we've seen it against UCLA in the second half.
This is not the playground. It's the Pac-12. You cannot palm the ball. When your hand goes underneath, that gives you an extremely unfair advantage against the defender. You don't know if you're going to raise up and shoot it or put it back down. Referees on top of that this year.
5 Bruins in double figures tonight. 23 for Jermaine Marshall to lead Arizona State. Here is Marshall. Carson, a step back. That's way off the mark, and UCLA clears.
UCLA looking to chip a little time off of this possession. Going to get the ball back into the hands.
Adams.
Anderson.
Anderson runs it down. 5 to shoot. Alford forces up a 3. And UCLA comes up empty. Here comes Shaquille McKissick. Marshall drives. Throws it up and in. There was no call either way, but Marshall gets the bucket.
The circus is in town. Marshall with the acrobatic move down the lane.
25 now for Marshall. 10-point game inside 3 minutes to play at Pauley. Levine to the basket. 19 for the freshman.
Levine's just got 1 speed. That's 110% as he takes it in for the layup over the shot blocker.
McKissick missing a 3. Adams clears, and UCLA now in no hurry. And a timeout for Steve Alford and the Bruins, who are up 12 with 2:34 to play. And it's the full timeout used by Steve Alford and UCLA.
One consistent bright spot for Arizona State has been the play of Marshall. Just coming down under control, making plays happen. In the lane, you see him trying to move out of the way to not take the charge. Somehow gets it to go, but he's been playing very steady for Arizona State all season. He's a newcomer, but he's a solid player.
All right, Corey, we're in the second weekend of Pac-12 play. This is the final game for the second week. Give us your top 5 in the Pac-12 at this point.
Well, my top 5, obviously, Arizona is the playground bully. You know, they're the big guy on the playground right now. They're the #1 team in the country. You can't take anything away from them. Coming in second, I like Colorado. I think Colorado had the big win over Kansas. They beat Oregon on their home court. They are tough.
Let me ask you this. With the injury to Spencer Dinwiddie, we don't know the severity of it. He got hurt today for the Buffs in Seattle in a Washington win over the Buffaloes. Does that alter, or could that change the way you look at your top 5?
Oh, you definitely have to slide Colorado if they're playing without, who I call them the mustache. When they're playing without the mustache, they're a different team. So Dinwiddie is crucial to what they do. And Cal is playing some inspired basketball right now. They manhandled the Ducks. You know, they won at Stanford. Cal has won 3 road games already.
Cal's won their first 3 road games in conference for the first time since 1956, 1957. Corey, that was Pete Newell's 3rd season as the Cal head coach.
Wow. You got to go back. You're talking in the 50s. That's a long time ago.
And they're a bit short-handed right now without Jabari Bird and Ricky Kreklow, and they hope to get Bird back on Wednesday night when they host Washington, a game right here on ESPNU.
And, you know, obviously with Bird back in the lineup, they're even a lot more capable.
Bo Barnes, a transfer from Hawaii, is in the game and forces the turnover.
Bo with the theft.
Carson to the basket. 10-point game. Timeout Arizona State, 2:13 to play. Jahi Carson trying to have an impact on this one, Corey, down the stretch and trying to will his team back.
He's done a lot of things tonight. He's tried threes, he's tried floaters, but this is just a good old take it to the rack and hope you can get that layup. Jahi Carson, you know, you can't stay in front of him. You get the kind of feeling like, where has this been all night? Because he can kind of turn it on and turn it off. He's that quick. But a 10-point game with 2 minutes to go, Arizona State definitely making a run here. UCLA, you don't want to start being too tense, too passive. You don't want to start playing scary. You want to continue to move the ball and get up some shots. But at the end of the day, closing out a game, you've done everything. You want to continue to do the right things down the stretch and get the win.
80-70 UCLA. 2:13 remaining. Jahi Carson has struggled a bit here tonight. Appears the focal point for the UCLA defensive strategy was to limit Carson.
To limit Carson, make him defend. They posted him up several times. They drew early fouls on him, which definitely took him out of his rhythm.
Full court press. McKissick and Carson are on the bench with the 4 fouls. So it appears they're going to start fouling early, and they do. And it's Alford who was fouled with 2:07 to play. Bryce Alford to the line. UCLA up 10 on Arizona State.
Meet the Dremel Multimax, the tool you've always wanted. It's feature-packed and powers through more projects than ever before, making it the perfect gift to repair, remodel, and restore faster. Learn more at Dremel.com.
You need a website. Why not do it yourself? Create your stunning website today. Go to Wix.com. It's easy and free.
So I'm working on a cistern intake valve and the guy hands me a lockout wrench.
No way.
I'm like, what is this, a drain pipe slip knot?
Wherever your business takes you, you can save money with Progressive Commercial Auto. We work wherever you work. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
UCLA 80, Arizona State 70, 2:07 remaining at Pauley Pavilion. And Arizona State has fought their way back into this game from 21 points down.
Sun Devils taking a page out of UCLA's book, a little tempo and transition. picking some pockets, getting some quick baskets, open looks, using that tempo and momentum to get things going. Arizona State never was in a hurry tonight, but all of a sudden they find themselves smack dab back in the game, only down 10 with some good old-fashioned hard-nosed basketball.
So Herb Sendek's team is trying to battle back here against this UCLA Bruins squad. Bryce Alford at the line, now 4 of 7 tonight. And one more coming for the freshman. UCLA now 20 of 28 as a team at the line. 1 out of 2, and Shaq McKissick the rebound. Jermaine Marshall long on a 3. And the rebound Adams for UCLA. Pass deflected by Carson, run down by Levine. In danger of a 10-second call. They get it across, and then Anderson is fouled, the second on Gilling.
Arizona State applying some really good pressure, hoping that they can get at least a split at the free throw line. That'll make all this running around worthwhile. They got the split last time, weren't able to score. But you start getting 1 point for 3, and you can get back in this game real quick. They missed the 3, but I see Herb Sendek's strategy, and it's a good one.
Anderson, 7 of 9 at the line tonight. 15 points, a season high 13 rebounds and 7 assists for Kyle Anderson. And Anderson hits both. 13-point lead. Here's Carson. Carson drives, gets to the basket, and it got wedged on the cylinder, and the backboard possession arrow goes to UCLA. And it's been that kind of a night, unfortunately, for Jahi Carson at Arizona State.
Absolutely. Jahi Carson has no problem turning the corner, getting to the lane, but just that kind of a night. Nothing's falling.
He had a good look, made the great move to get to the basket. Trap in the backcourt. UCLA breaks the press. Lob. Travis Ware underneath. And UCLA pulls it out. Runs some clock. And Bo Barnes fouls with 1:14 to play. Super Tuesday on ESPNU features a couple of great matchups. At 7, Georgia takes on number 10, Florida. Then at 9, Pitt and Georgia Tech. Super Tuesday on ESPN, also live on Watch ESPN. First foul on Barnes as Adams now 7 of 7 at the line. Arizona State, Jermaine Marshall is 9 of 14 from the field. The rest of the team is 14 of 40. $15-point game again for the Bruins. Last touch by Barnes. It goes to UCLA. 1:02 to play. 13 giveaways for the Sun Devils tonight.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
UCLA will go to 2-1 in the conference. 13-3 overall. Arizona State will come up with a road split here in Los Angeles after knocking off USC on Thursday. They'll be 2-2 in Pac-12 play, and 13-4 overall. And next for the Sun Devils, they get a shot at number 1. They'll be in Tucson with the Wildcats on Thursday night.
And obviously for Arizona State, there's a lot of good things that happened for them tonight. Going back, looking at the first half, they can obviously identify some areas that where the game got away from them. But you're right, you got to have a short memory because Thursday night you got the number 1 team in the country and you got to go to Tucson. For UCLA, you know, you avoid the sweep, which is what you wanted to do. You want to defend your home floor. Good outing for them. I think they showed that they were a team that has more depth than a lot of people probably gave them credit for. That second unit tonight is really nice.
Here's what's upcoming for UCLA. They get a road trip to the Rocky Mountains and a date with Colorado on Thursday at the Coors Event Center in Boulder. And again, the status. Hopefully we'll get an update tomorrow on Spencer Dinwiddie, who left for Colorado with that game in Seattle today with an injury. Then the upstart running Utes of Utah on Saturday. They come back home for the two Bay Area schools who both came away with big wins this weekend. Stanford winning in Eugene today. Cal winning last night in Corvallis. We'll be here in a couple of weeks for UCLA and Cal.
That is going to be a great game. That Cal team, they're very aggressive. They don't do a whole lot, but they just keep coming at you with all kind of scores and great defense.